Here we go. You know what? I know. Sauce in the City is my favorite show. I know, yes. Brenda is my girl, don't you know?
I love that intro. Shout out to King Dave with the groovy intro song for Sauce in the City. Welcome to Sauce in the City late night comedy game show where me and my funny friends are launching our comedy card game into your late night arena. That's right, y'all. It's hot off the presses. Make sure that you get in my inbox to get one before they're all gone. This is a live show. And so, what that simply means is all I am only responsible for the intros. I don't know how else to say that. I'm only responsible for the intros. All I am responsible for is the intros. Either way that you want to take that, I'm only responsible for the intros. And now it's time to get to the fun part, wherein I said I had funny friends in the studio, and that I do. And our first one up is Funny Man Green to the stream. How you doing, sir? Welcome on a Wednesday night.
Hey, I know. Shoot, that intro, the black part of me wanted to freestyle to it.
Okay, I'm gonna give you all of 30 seconds and go.
Oh shoot, you really want me to freestyle? Um, I know, sauce in the city, gotta get gritty. Uh, oops, I just stuttered. Mickey wondered. No, I'm
Well,
just playing.
we'll work on that behind the scenes. Welcome back
Work
to
on
the
it.
show.
That's a hit. That's a hit. What are you talking about?
That was a hit.
That's a hit.
Okay.
Just like my
Now,
just like my song. Get rich or sell my food stamps trying. I mean, sure, that's a hit.
we're gonna put that on your EPK. Well, because there's a limited amount of you in the studio, we get to add this segment to the show, which is the getting to know you portion. And I feel since we've been doing these episodes time and time again, and you finally got your comedy card, it is in print, it's in my hand. So I feel the people tuning in today, tomorrow, and beyond should get to know a little bit more about you. So our question of the night is, name three things better than sex and money. What do you think?
Three things better than sex and money. Well, I'm gonna say imagination, because you're gonna need imagination to think three things are better than sex and money. Um, no, no, I'm just playing. See, three things better than sex and money. I'm gonna say family. I'm gonna say loyalty, and I'm gonna say what's the other one?
Creativity,
Respect,
because you gotta have a
creativity.
mind
Exactly. Yep.
to think
I'll go
there's
with that.
three other things that are better than sex and money. So it sounds like you got your three in check, and
Yep.
I'd like to see what the other folks have to say. So who's it gonna be? Who's the next contestant to the stream?
Oh, we're going with my boy Tony Klein.
Malfunction junction. What's your function? What's going on, Tony? Welcome back to the stream.
Well, it's nice to be here. Thanks for having me. A lot is going on. I'm back out here in the outside again. Uh, Loving it too. There's like a bunch of freedom and stuff, and I don't have Stockholm syndrome.
It's good to see you and all your teeth again. All right, Tony, name three things better than sex and money.
Hmm. Let's see. My piece, guitars, no doubt, music for sure, and hallucinogenics.
Well, your three things did not match Funny Man Green's three things, so we do not have a match at all. But it seems like we still have room because we still have contestants. So who's our next contestant to the stream?
Well, let's see. We're going to bring Randy Holton. I got a feeling one of his is going to be Big Women and Cake.
Welcome to the stream, Randy Holton. Good to see you all the way from Tampa, Florida.
It's always good to be here, Brenda, with everybody.
Oh man, so I have to ask you the same question as I asked them. Name three things better than sex and money.
Well, cake and donuts and boobs, cake, donut, and booze. Maybe not necessarily in that order, or maybe on each other.
Cake, donuts, and booze. Well, Malfunction Junction got one of them right, as in cake. So very nicely done. We have sort of a match. And let's keep it going. Who's going to be the next contestant to the stream, and what do you think one of theirs is going to be?
For the next, bacon, and it's going to be donuts.
Welcome, Bacon, to the stream. It's always good to see you. He said one of yours is going to be donuts. I don't know about that. What do you think?
I mean, nuts were involved, but they weren't the doughy kind. He just likes dough. He just likes playing with those donuts or Play-Doh.
Play-Doh, donuts, all of that. All right, Bacon, name three things better than sex and money.
I believe that memories are better, because you'll have the memories of if you ever had those things, and when you didn't, and how you got through it. And memories are very important. And authenticity, just the love that you have for yourself to be yourself. That's kind of really hard to find in this world. Everyone gets lost trying to just be accepted or fitting in. And I've definitely struggling with that myself. And so learning to be like who I really am, to me, is better than any of that. I know none of these are funny. I'm sorry. Music has just led me through everything. And those are my three things. The end.
Well, they don't necessarily have to be three funny things. This is the getting to know you portion. The laughter and ha-has haven't started yet. It's still early. So those are three, great things. I think the one about fitting in struck me the most. But with that in mind, we'll talk more about that later. Who's going to be our next contestant to the stream?
Let's see. I would like to see what our double team is going up to. A-Frame over Bacon. I need Brooklyn and Insane.
Oh, geez. And what do you think one of their three things is going to be?
I mean, I'm sure it's donuts, but a different kind.
Welcome to the street, Insane in Brooklyn. Always good to see you. Welcome back, Brooklyn.
Hello. The absolute nerve and accuracy.
Well, it's always good to have our Double Trouble team back on the screen. And so I'll give each one of you a chance because these are the intros. Name three things better than sex and money. Brooklyn, you go first.
Oh, ladies first. So nice of you. First of all, this question is all kinds of wrong. You're a terrible person. And my answers are nada, zip, zilch, and zero. Because sometimes I gotta pay, sometimes they pay me, so.
Okay. Well, Insane.
Money,
give us three things that are better than sex and money.
Time, cats, and weed.
Yeah.
Two very different answers, but from one great source. So that's always cool. Let's keep the contraband off the screen, please. All right, Brooklyn and Steven or Insane. Who's gonna be our last
What do you want to
contestant?
pick?
We only got one
Oh, I
more.
can. Who do we got left?
You bum.
Oh, we're going there. Wheels, you're up.
All right, Speed Bump. Welcome to the stream. Always good to see you looking like I think it's Jerry Garcia. You always remind me when I see you.
Benny
I think
Hanna.
so.
There you go.
Welcome back to the stream, and I have to ask you the same question. Name three things better than sex and money.
So I'm from the South. I'm gonna have to go with Boudin and Cracklins and video games.
Boudin, cracklins, and video games. I love it. Um, I've never had Boudin. I've heard a lot of it. It's got a really funny name, but I gotta find somewhere to get some of this stuff.
I can ship it to you.
Ooh, that's an idea. Or we can also ask people out there tuning in today, tomorrow, and beyond. If you know a good place to get Boudin in Las Vegas, please comment and let me know, please. All right, so we can always start the show with some video or some song, but I like my funny fresh off the page. So we're going to do the opening act, which is always one of the comedic cast members of the night, and it is always voted on by the castmates. So first up, let's go with Funny Man Green to the stream. Who would you like to hear more from tonight?
I would like to hear from Tony Klein. Plus, he owes you a birthday song, so that's a good opening.
I think you're right. But let's check in. Insane in Brooklyn.
What do you want to hear from?
Oh, who's next?
What do you want to hear from as far as opening act?
I don't.
Don't get confused.
I'm new here. You're the one who knows everybody.
That's not an
I
excuse.
It's everybody.
There's nobody new. Christy.
All right. That was a struggle of an answer, but we got it. All right. Malfunction Junction. Who would you like to take us into the show?
Mr. Holton.
Oh, it's been a minute for Mr. Holton. All right, Randy. Who would you like to take us into the show?
I was just talking about in the comments about the Malfunction Junction playing the guitar he talks about.
Yeah, he had to drag that sucker a long way. So I heard him walking in an earlier message he sent me, and you hear it dragging on the ground behind him. So that's piqued my curiosity too. All right, Speed Bump, who would you like to hear more from to take us into the episode?
I'm gonna go with Malfunction Junction too.
Okay, I like it. How about you, Bacon?
I'm gonna jump on that bandwagon. Malfunction Junction. Choo choo.
Malfunction. All right, Malfunction Junction. Your castmates have voted you into the winner's circle. I'm gonna put 3 minutes on the clock. It does not have to be jokes, but for the love of late night.
Let it be funny for God's sakes.
That'd be funny.
Well, he's not here today, so we'll put the sakes on something else. I'll see what I can manage of. So if y'all haven't noticed, I've got more teeth than I let on. You can't see it through my mustache. I was notified of that the other day, standing in the line at a gas station, actually, and the woman said, I bet your lips are extremely kissable underneath that mustache. And I said, yeah, I was about to say the same fucking thing about yours. And she hit me right in my stomach. I'm talking about solar plex punch. I dropped everything I had, and this is why I take a knee. You know what I mean? I don't know what happened to Mr. Floyd, but gravity killed that man, if you ask me. I'm just going to say that out loud. He said, I can't breathe. I saw his nostrils, and the motherfucker said, I can't breathe. Clearly, if you can say, I can't breathe, you're breathing. I'm sorry. Don't ride over that. That's done happened. That was post 20 apocalyptic. I mean, it's way back in. We can posthumously award that bullshit to back then. Brenda, do you remember that word posthumous? It's a fucking amazing word. Man. I love it so much. It's like the funnest thing in life. I've learned a little bit about trade and stuff. I've also learned that people can build you up. They can build you up really, 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 really good. And they can front kick you right in the fucking face with a compliment like it's a backhanded croquet mallet, just right up your fucking nostrils. Bam. You are the greatest person ever in life. I fucking hate you. I wish you'd die type shit. And it's like my dad all over again. You know what I mean? Like, why did I survive Plan B? Can somebody explain that? There's got to be a reason. I look at myself every morning in the mirror and say, Tony, there's a reason you were immune to the Plan B. There's a reason you bob and weave through that fucking coat hanger, bro. You're here. Why? Why? What? Me and God's going to have a chat when I get up there. And I promise you, there won't be no other choice. There's no heaven or hell for me when it's over. I'm Thanos snap out of existence. I'm swinging high, I'm telling you now. Throat punch for Jesus. Sorry, I'm not sacrilegious. I'm just angry. You know what I mean? I'm a little upset about it. I didn't ask for it. I didn't ask for the best parts of me to go down the back of my mom's throat and get caught in her fucking teeth and be this little spit seed rub-in thing. I wanted the extra chromosome. At least they got strength. I was born with a really high drug tolerance. That's it. And I got this strapping ass beard. Sometimes I could be the white Jesus if I had the right wig. You know what I mean? I mean, look at that. Jesus never had a horseshoe. And he was the first person to make that with him. I stand on that hill and I'll die on it. First person to make that with him. And he did it with real fucking devils. It's authentic devil ham. It's like a lead bit of ham, really, because the translation for devils was demon was devil, really, in the King James. I'm a little too biblical sometimes. I just believe if Adam would have been the first documented case of domestic abuse, we'd be fine. You know what I mean? He said, "Bite
right in the middle.
Swallow your teeth, bitch." No, God said, "Put that down." Did you see that? I say, she touched it. Do something to her. I didn't. I got her teeth.
That's what happened.
And that is time. Very funny stuff. I'm always interested in what comes out of your mouth, pursuant on what has happened during your day. So that was like a 3-minute rundown, probably of the last 72 hours. So, very good stuff. Very good set. And we're going to hop right on to the first game, which is Press Yo Funny. All right. You know how to play this, but for the people tuning in today, tomorrow, and beyond, and those of you who have bought the card deck, this game is not in there. It'll probably be in the next card deck. But, Tony, I will give you 3 points if you can name the first 2 people that you think may have turned on their screen for your 3 minutes. And I didn't get a chance to set your board before you started talking, so I'll do it now. For those of you who enjoyed what Malfunction Junction did, go ahead and turn your streams on to show solidarity and appreciation. If it was not funny to you and it got a little dark and took a few too many turns, screens off, and we'll talk about it later at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's very interesting. All right, Malfunction Junction. Who's going to be your first contestant that you think may have turned their screen on for you?
Well, seeing as how, my humor is more like NASCAR. There's not that many turns. There's only one left one. You know what I mean? It's not a Formula One track here with this funny stuff. And I heard Bacon say, so I'm gonna go with her.
You're gonna count on hearing her laughter. So all right, let's check it out. Oh, you heard her face. Okay. And you're right. Hey, Bacon. Very nicely done. What got you to turn your stream on for Malfunction Junction?
He is the master of just ranting and making it hilarious. It doesn't even have to make sense. You don't know where he's going because as soon as you think he's got an angle, there's a right angle and then a U-turn and then skeer. And I think he just changed my religion. Like, yeah.
I do think that he is very, very talented in the wordplay and really not thinking of what he is saying, but still being funny anyway. So I think you are super right about that. And you got him halfway to 3 points. So Malfunction Junction, who's going to be your next contestant? Funny Man Green, Insane in Brooklyn, Randy Holton, or Speed Bump?
Well, I'm gonna go with the easy one here, and like Sunday morning there with Mr. Holton, he'll never let me down. I don't expect much out of him.
Well, I'm just gonna, because that was an easy one. Randy Holton, welcome to the stream. What got you to turn your stream on for Malfunction Junction?
I'm just amazed. Where does he get this shit? They're like, holy shit, where's this shit come from? Damn. It's funny. It is funny and very original. And where the fuck that come from?
Well, sir,
That's
can't
all you
ask
can
Jesus.
really say, huh? All right. Well, even though Bacon's camera is off now, it was on. So you have two cameras, which got you your 3 points, and you could take your 3 points and walk away. Or I will give you 5 points if you can guess the next person that may have turned on their screen for you. If you decide to press your button, so what will you do?
Well, I mean, you already know I'm an addict. If it was a line, I'd have probably done snorted it or something. So I'm gonna go with Mr. Green there. Sorry, I associated you with drugs. That was like so stereotypical, and that was horrible.
Let's check out what has happened. Boom. Congratulations. You helped Tony get to 5 points. What got you to turn your stream on for Malfunction Junction?
Oh, because first of all, here was cracking up, and she's a horror comedy critic. I don't care what she'll straight up and say it's not funny, and for to have her laughing, I said, you know what?
I saw her whole face, so I would agree with you there. It looks like if she did not like it, that was she would definitely not be one to go any other way than how she felt about it. So Malfunction Junction, tic-tac-toe, 3 funny folks in a row. Congratulations on your 5 points. Y'all give it up for Malfunction Junction.
Right.
All right, so you have 5 points. You can take those and walk away, or if you decide to press yo funny, I will give you 7 points for the next person. Yeah, because there's not too many of you here. So Insane in Brooklyn or Speed Bump, I will give you 7 points if you decide to press your funny and take the next person you think may have turned on their stream for you.
Well, I mean, I don't know if I've killed Speed Bump yet with the way his spleen does and all that. I don't know if he's replaced it. But I mean, the price of a cup of coffee a day, I believe we might could help him out. I'm gonna go with him though, see what he has to say.
Okay. That is a very good way to think about it. So let's see how that turned out. Is his spleen back in place? Boom. Yes, give it up Speed bump, you helped Tony make 7 points. What got you to turn your stream on for Malfunction Junction?
So I like to start off. I did get that replacement. I do have a prosthetic, so I'm ready to bust it again. But the reason why I turned it on, Miss Brenda, like I always say, I like dark humor. I like raunchy. I like sex talk. I like I just like raunchiness.
Okay. Well, you got him with the raunchy. So congratulations, you got 7 points. That's pretty dope. And I am one who is the giver. So I will give you 10 points if Insane and Brooklyn turn their stream on for you. If you decide to press your funny.
You already. Hope is just what they give St. Jude's kids with their morphine to make them more comfortable. It really doesn't exist. I can't control what happens next. I'm going with it. Let's see what they said.
I like someone who is daring.
I know that's.
All right, let's check it out. Bop, bop, bop. Insane and Brooklyn. You took away all his points. Screen on. What prevented y'all from turning on the stream?
I deal with mental illness constantly, and it reminded me of that.
Neither one of them want to take it.
I know you would think that I could take 2 at a time, just not that.
How do you like your coffee with hugger mites?
Wait a minute. Unfortunately, you don't get your 7 points, but you don't get to beat up on them for their opinion either.
I'm not.
So get over there and take it like a champ. You don't get any points, but while Tony is getting himself together, we're gonna do the spotlight. Whoa, whoa, whoa,
whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah.
Spotlight, y'all. I so love this part, and I love the backup. All right, guys, we're going to look into Betsy Jr.'s files and see what we can find. All of these clips were clipped out for some reason. So, this one was funny. You guys are going to like this one. Here we go. I remember this. It was an iconic moment. All right. Next up, we have Nemo, the late bloomer. 60 seconds on the clock. Grab the thing nearest to you, right in front of you. Rest of the cast, sell that.
Hey, everybody. How you doing today? This is me, the salesman Bob, coming from the nearest HBCU I can be at. I'm at Jackson State University. But I'm going to tell you something right now. We got an item right here. We got that Jackson and that Flint, Michigan water. Ain't nothing like some dirty water in your system to help you out. You get some of this dirty water right here, and you think that everything is cool in your system. This right here will clean everything out. This will give you the best diarrhea you need. It's better than Pepto-Bismol, anything else you can get. You get some of this water right here. I'm telling you, I'm selling this water for cheap. You can get the whole case for $13.99. But I'll sell you each bottle for 89 cents. I know the math don't add up right, but I just told you, this is that good old Flint water, that good old Jackson, Mississippi water. This water needs cleaning. That's what people say. But this right here will clean your ass out. This is the water you need. Come buy some right now.
My God.
Oh, boy.
And that was the sponsor spotlight.
Whoa.
I was saying I like that. That was fun.
Spotlight, y'all. And word. All right. Well, shout out to Nemo, the late bloomer. That was an iconic moment. And now I have to ask, Funny Man Green, did he sell you? Did he get you to buy it?
Hell no. My system's cleaned up enough from the sea moss and stuff. No, I do not need that Flint water. I do not need that Flint water. Hey, but he needs that money though for the child support.
Insane in Brooklyn. Did he convince you? You got enough sauce in the city dollars to purchase a bottle or a case? You gonna purchase or no?
Oh, I'm sorry. My EBT card is done for the month. So it's going to be a no for me. And I only drink alkaline water.
Snob.
That's my suggestion. You got it pretty tough. You gonna get you some of that Flint, Michigan water?
Here is a blank check with my name on it. Please fill it out for any amount of money that you wish.
Hey, Nemo, you got yourself a purchaser. All right, Randy, you gonna help him out with the Flint, Michigan water?
In the name of the kids, I'm going to buy it and bottle it and sell it in Florida as souvenirs.
Hey, now that's an idea. We got 2 purchasers in the house. What about you, Speed Bump? You gonna get you some of that Flint, Michigan water?
I mean, if it helped me, walk and stuff, heck yeah, I'll take it.
From the Jesus
I
glacier.
think you're on to something. It'll make you run to the bathroom so fast you'll forget that you're in the wheelchair. All right, Megan, you purchasing that Flint, Michigan water and gonna help Nemo the late bloomer out?
I mean, I was on the same page as Randy. Like, we need to get the little tiny little shot bottles and sell it like souvenirs. Like, I came to Flint and I didn't drink the water, and that's why I get to leave. Like, it was so funny. I wanted to buy it.
You guys are terrible. I can tell you that much. But I'm digging it and I am loving it. All right, it is time for us to jump to our first official game that's in the card deck of the night. And we're going to start with one of my favorites, Sal. And we did not pick a game master at the beginning of the episode, so I am going to pick Speed Bump to lead this game and be the game master of the night. All right, Speed Bump, take it away.
All right, so we're going to play Sell That Skew, and we're going to go in an order, and we're going to sell whatever's on the list, or unless Miss Brenda's going to put something on the screen for us. Either or. There's no stuttering. There's no there's no nothing. We're just going to go, and we're going to sell, and we're going to do our best.
No stuttering.
No, that's the wrong game, but you get it.
Yes.
You're allowed to stutter, Green. Calm down.
I was going to say, the only thing I'm getting is out.
Wrong game, wrong rules. Yeah, I'm a little slow, and I don't have my helmet on tonight, but it's okay. We're going to start with Malfunction Junction. I want you to sell whatever is next to you.
Okay, cool. So what we have here is this lovely. Oh, well, I got the vasectomy. Oh my God, do it at home. Yes, definitely. To do it at home vasectomy. It's something you want to do. All doctors do is practice. That's it. They go to school for so long to practice. That's what happened to me. I had to have 2 of them. If I'd have had to do it at home vasectomy kit, I've never had to leave the fucking house. Just imagine the joy of knowing that your nuts were in the proper hands the whole time. No fumbling around in your smart pockets. You already know what you want. You got it right here. If you're good at sutures, you may not even need them really. I didn't the first time, but again, that was fucking practice. Stay away from practices. Don't do that. Get the home vasectomy kit today, and you won't have to have a second one.
I'm good. Drama.
So what do you think? Did he sell it, you guys?
Oh, he definitely sold it. That's for sure. I don't know if I want to buy it because I ain't cutting on my balls. I don't care. Nobody's cutting on my balls, including me.
I sat on my balls and that junk hurt.
Oh my god.
I ain't nothing to do with my balls. I did. I sat on my balls.
No, he's such a redneck. I knew as soon as he started, like, as soon as it showed up what it is, like, he's the kind of guy that if this was real, he'd have already bought it and tried it. Like, I'm telling you. Just
Oh
let us
yeah.
know how it goes. Write the review. How many stars do you give this?
I think he definitely would have sold it. He would have sold the meat, and if they bought a certain amount of meat, he would say, "And you get this vasectomy junk along with it or whatever." I think he would have sold it.
For sure.
Mountain oysters. Vasectomy mountain oysters.
All right, we're talking too much.
It's saying Brooklyn. You guys gonna say something?
Oh yeah. I have 6 brothers, and together they have like 100 kids. So I could get them all one for Christmas. It would be great. Their kids are not smart, so easy sell to them.
Christmas
I'll even
present.
do it for them. Like, I'm a good guy.
All I know is after the bris by the rabbi, no one's going near there unless it's a woman that I know, and I guess I'm married, so it's got to be the one woman I'm married to. Vasecta this.
That, you're doing this, you're doing that. It's ridiculous.
What happened? Are we
They're
still
laughing at your hat.
All right, let's go. Chop chop.
no stops?
Snip,
We're
snip.
gonna sell something else, don't we?
Yeah, we're gonna go with Funny Man Green.
Uh-oh.
Sell the next closest thing to you, Funny Man.
Okay. Oh,
Or that too.
well, I went to reach for something, and instead I get a wiener. What's a wiener cleaner soap? Okay. Wiener cleaner soap. Okay. Well, fellas, if you have a dirty wiener, and I mean, you are about to, matter of fact, if you are a cheater, that's what it is. If you are a cheater and you about to, go over to your wife or girlfriend or boyfriend, whoever's place, or no, after you already got some with somebody else, get the wiener cleaner soap. It would completely clean you from everything, clean you from the funk, clean you from disease, clean you from being caught. You know what I mean? So, like I said, you know what I mean. If you want a clean dick, get the cleaner wiener. Clean.
Huh.
All right. So what do you guys think? Did you think he sold it?
Well, my wiener's already clean, but I would buy it because I'll be masturbating with it.
Oh, Lord. Donuts.
That's a hole, isn't it?
Yep, it's your dick. Wash it fast as you want to with new wiener cleaner soap. I could have done that one better. Nobody wants to cut on their fucking testicles.
Speak for yourself.
That's for sure.
Everybody loves
Oh my goodness. Like, I was Randy. I'd have been like, if I had a penis, I'd have been fucking it. Oh, I'm sorry.
You just put some hair around it.
No.
That's a
So we're gonna move on. We made a decision.
So are we pitting them against each other, or like is this just on the like person by person basis? Because yes, I'd
Yeah.
buy this one too.
Tony and Green, Fun Man.
So are they against each other?
Yeah.
I mean, if I
Okay.
am, I think
Who are we
Brooklyn
voting for?
bought me out.
The second one, the wiener cleaner. I could use one of those.
I knew it. I definitely knew it. I feel like though I
It's a
might
C
have won this stuff
minus.
because
All
he said
right.
he wants to do a mass genocide on his bloodline for the vasectomy thing.
The weed cleaner is better, the much better option, and it can be a multi-use instrument. So clean your wiener and masturbate at the same time. It's perfect.
Practically the same thing.
I don't even remember what Tony was selling, but I remembered that I thought it was like I would buy that, and I don't have a wiener, but
Don't need one. You can tie your tubes with it. Real quick.
Okay. All right. So we have a clear winner, which is the wiener cleaner, which is Funny Man Green. So congratulations, y'all. Give it up for Funny Man Green. And I believe you got you got 2 points. Because you got 2 of the 3 people who were available to vote. So you at least got some points for your sales. So very nicely done. Y'all give it up for the game master. Speed Bump, it was his first time. So, okay, Speed Bump, it is now, your turn to get some points on the board in our new game. This is not in the card deck, so do not try this game at home just yet. We're still working out the kinks. All right, so in this game, Speed Bump, we are going to change it a little bit so that it doesn't compete with Test Your Funny. And I'm going to give the comedic cast a chance to grade you on a scale from 0% to 100%. And they will have the 3 categories to grade you on. So the first one will be the overall game and how it went overall. And then the second one will be fun. How much fun did they have on a scale of 0 to 10? And then the last one, now you guys have to put this all into consideration because you only get one grade from 0% to 100%. Okay, so you're gonna check out how much fun you had, the overall game, and his attention to the rules and how that went for you. Okay, everybody put your finger on your nose if you understand the sliding scale and what you must consider. All right, we got us a full house here tonight, Speed Bump. So just like Test Your Funny, you will have to remain in the 80% to 100% to get your 5 points. And if you're at 100%, you will get 10 because you can't go any higher. So there's that. All right. So who's going to be your first grader to grade your game?
I'm gonna go with Brooklyn and Insane.
I love it. All right, Brooklyn and Insane. Boy, that's tough. On a scale of 0% to 100%, what would you grade that game?
100, of course.
He forgot to put a 0 up. You had like 1
It's
and a
somewhere.
0. Okay, it's somewhere. Okay. So let's go through the categories. Did you have fun?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Number 2, did he pay attention to the rules? What did you think? Did they seem fair?
You got a little lost there, but he has a speed bump. Aren't we all?
He has a spleen injury, so he gets a little.
He gets a little cred. Okay, so for the overall game, overall, how do you do? What did you think? Good and bad?
Good.
Okay. That, okay. That was, I don't know, lackluster at best, but it still gave you 100%. So you're still, on the honor roll and with your 10 points intact. Who's going to be your next grader?
This is gonna be a tough one, but I'm gonna go with it anyway. But I'm gonna go with Funny Man Green.
Okay, Funny Man Green on a scale of 0 to 100, taking in account the fun of it all, the overall gain, and the technical skill, which are the rules, of course. What would you grade his game?
I gotta give it. I gotta give it a B. Only reason. I mean, what I mean, it was fun. You know what I mean. And but he didn't know the rules or whatever. You know what I mean. As soon as he said unable to stutter and stuff like that, I was getting ready to turn the screen off. I already said I'm off. I was like, my friends sitting there watching. I was like, don't even watch me because I'm gonna lose.
So how did he do with making up his own rules because he didn't know the rules? So that's a consideration too.
You're right, and that's why I'm B plus.
A B plus. Okay. See, we talked our way through it. And it's not a B plus. It's on a grading scale of 0% to 100%.
Oh, well, damn, I didn't. Oh, okay, we're going to give it 90.
A 90.
I'm good with that. I'm good with that.
Okay. 90. I said he had to stay in the 80% to 100% range. So you're still clinging on to the honor roll, Speed Bump. So good for you. If you fall below that line, your 10 points go away. So who's going to be your next grader? And be very, very careful.
I'm gonna go with Malfunction Junction.
Okay. Malfunction Junction on a scale of 0 to 100%, taking into consideration the fun you had, the overall game, and the technical, which are the rules. What would you grade that game?
Well, like this hat right here. You remember they were Marshall at one time. They used to be anyway. I'd say because of all the things, hell, even a 10-year-old pre-K graduate with Down syndrome's got to do good every once in a while. I'm gonna give him 100.
You gonna give him 100? Okay.
Yeah.
100 it is. All right, Speed Bump. You are looking good. I laid out the categories, so everybody is tic-tac-toe, 3 funny folks in a row. So who's going to be your next grader?
Let's see. Who do we have? Bacon.
Bacon. All right, Bacon. 0 to 100, taking in consideration the fun you had, the overall game, and of course the technical skill. What would you grade his game?
A 91%.
91%. Oh, that is so specific. Let us know.
Well, I had a lot of fun, and I thought he did, a great job at running the overall game, but he had the same problem I had. Like, I wasn't quite sure on the rules when I was running the game last time, and he did just let it flow, but he did a great job all the way around, and it worked, and it was wonderful. And like you said, sometimes we got to make them our own.
Oh, there you go. All right. Well, Speed Bump, you have one grader left, and as long as Randy doesn't give you anything less than an 80%, sink your battleship, You will be running off the screen with 10 points. Let's see what Randy has to say. Randy, 0 to 100, taking into consideration the fun you had, the overall game, and also the technical ability. What would you grade his game?
Let's see. I would give him 1,000 minus 915.
What?
I think. Well, let's call that a 9.5. It was. I mean, I had fun. I did have fun, and he moved along a little slowly.
Well,
The rules were a little, but he was kind of making it up as he goes. But it was fun and it was funny. So yeah, 89.5 and 1/4.
Okay. Well, that still puts you in the 80 to 100% category. So you will run off the screen with 10 whole points. Y'all give it up for Speed Bump for his inaugural the game master. Yeah, he did all right. I didn't see any problem with that. All right, guys, it's time for our very first trivia question. And you say trivia, an interactive trivia game. And that is where the people tuning in today, tomorrow, and beyond can help you guys out in the comment section. I'm going to go ahead and turn those on so you guys can read what Matt Timney says and all the other people who are tuning in. All right, and because I like to get juicy questions, Funny Man Green, please hold your camera still, just like I told you in the green room that you would spin the camera around, and I asked you to find a stabilizer, but since you didn't do that, please be still. Pretty please. All right. All right, Insane in Brooklyn. What is your category for trivia?
What is our category for trivia? Random quotes by people. Always.
Oh, you like
That's
that random quotes thing. Okay. Brooklyn, I don't know how you live, but okay. Random quotes by people. That's a good one. Speed Bump, what is your topic?
Since I didn't get to do it last week or the other day, can I do it now, Sabani?
Okay, that's your topic. All right. Sabani. Yes, you can keep your topics. So Funny Man Green, what is your topic for the trivia?
Music.
Music. You love that music. You love singing. It's gonna be a good time the next time in Vegas. We're gonna definitely hit some open mics and I'm gonna see what you got. All right, Malfunction Junction, what is your category? And whoever is touching their screen, stop it.
That's a rocking chair.
Hands up. All right. Thank you. Now let's keep that quiet. And stop touching the screen, Steven. It's perfect where it is. If you stop touching it, you'll stop falling out. I promise.
This ketamine kicked in.
Just because Brooklyn gets up and walks away doesn't mean you need to change the screen to only you. All right. What's your topic for trivia?
Ghost marriages.
Who is doing the rocking chair thing? What is that?
That's annoying.
Well, you know it's not me.
Yeah, you're on the couch.
I don't got a rocking couch.
Let's just find out who's doing it. All right. What's your topic, Tony? And it's Malfunction Junction. Get some WD-40 for your chair, homie. All right. What's your topic?
Ghost marriages.
Okay, no, and that was me. Sorry, it wasn't Speed Bump. Keep going, Malfunction Junction. Talk.
I said ghost marriages.
It was
What is it?
Ghost
Oh,
marriage is like married to being.
ghost marriages? Okay, so did they like get married and ghost each other?
No, it's like if you're dead, you can still get married.
Oh, how stupid. Okay,
Wow.
I'm digging it. All right, Randy, I figured it out. You are the culprit. Stop wiggling back and forth in your chair or get some WD-40. Sorry about that speed bump. It wasn't you. All right, Randy,
Oh,
what's your
good.
time?
I don't know that.
Unmute your mic. That's how I found out it was you.
Well, damn it, Brenda, I want to ask that Titanic question. You refuse to hear it.
Not only do I refuse to hear it, but everybody refuses. All right, Bacon, what's your topic?
Okay, my topic is also music, or I could go animals. I don't care.
We got music. We got two musics, and if everybody could just sit still and stop moving around, all of that background noise would not be. See? Boy, y'all are some noisy little tykes tonight. And it's probably because I have the sound up loud as hell, so I can hear like everything because I'm trying to test it for the new venue. So to know what we can have and what we can't, because you guys definitely, with all of the miscellaneous sounds, you guys will blow out their speakers and they'll never let us come there again. So somebody's has a fan. That's somebody got a fan on in the background. If you don't hear the whoop 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 whoop, I can't be the only one to hear that. Am I the only one to hear that?
I hear it. I definitely hear it.
Okay,
I don't think it's.
Oh nope. Now I got Funny Man Green muted. I have Bacon muted. I got Insane muted, and I don't hear it. Do you guys hear it?
No, I don't hear. I don't hear it.
Okay, so you three are the noisiest of the bunch. Now I have them on mute, and as you guys can hear, you don't hear it anymore, right?
Nope.
Okay. You hear
Okay.
it with me? I shut the door just in case the air conditioner was bothering.
Nope. I got the three culprits in my skylight, so they need to figure out their backgrounds. So everybody else is okay, except for them. Anyway, I think we got all the topics, and I think I'm going to make a critical decision to move it along now that I had to point the finger to somebody with their little noisiness. All right, and I think I want to hear. I'm gonna go with Speed Bump because he's been trying to ask this question, and I want to know what it is. So go ahead, Speed Bump.
Okay, so my question is, what is Sabani known for? A, Power Rangers, B, Big Bad Beetleborgs, or C, VR Troopers? No. What is their number one hit?
I didn't understand. Can you repeat?
I know
Yeah,
what he says.
I'll repeat. So, what is What is the number one hit of Sabani? Power Rangers, VR Troopers, Big Bad Beetleborgs. What is the number one out of the three? They're all Sabani.
Okay.
I know the answer. I'm taking
You
over.
heard the question twice. You heard the answers twice. And I'm gonna need everybody to sit down before I lose my shit. If you are on the screen, why do I see your booty crack? Why do I see the back of your head? Do you know you would have been fired on anybody's show if you just keep getting up and walking off the screen like that? Okay, so 60 seconds on the clock. your public is awaiting, let the conversations begin.
It's a. I'm locking in on it.
The Mighty
What?
Morphin Power Rangers, because it said Saban or whatever at the beginning, but I don't even saying Sabani, but I thought it was just Saban.
Is that a
Whatever.
No.
band? I have no idea.
No, it was a logo or a production, whatever, at the
Yeah.
beginning of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, because I adored them.
Jason David Frank. He used to be
Lock it in.
the what you call
Oh,
him.
it's
So Tony's got the right answer. Is that what you're saying,
I
Bacon?
believe so.
all right,
Oh.
lock it in.
I'm on that bandwagon.
Okay, well
Lock,
then blame Tony when it's wrong.
lock it
It
in.
won't be.
Lock that in.
All right. It seems like you guys had a little bit of a conversation, but found yourselves an answer. Malfunction junction, screen on. Tell us what the team decided, and do you think you got it right?
Well, I mean, I know we got it right. The team kind of didn't decide. I said it, and there's no choice. It is the Power Rangers. I remember watching Jason David Frank do that PSA about like suicide and bullying, and now he's what he did. You know what he did. It's morphin' time. Yeah, it's Power Rangers.
Okay, it's the Power Rangers, and he seems pretty set on that. All right, Speed Bump, tell us the answer and give us some background.
So the answer is A. And the question was what was the number one hit? So Sabani. They were all Sabani, and Sabani is their producer company, which produced it. Like they branched off from Japan. Japan was the original Power Rangers, VR Troopers, Big Bad Beetleborgs. They branched off to America to have an American Power Rangers VR and Big Bad Beetleborgs. But Power Rangers was their number one hit.
Oh, okay. Very cool. So I believe they got it wrong because they said,
Power Rangers.
Power Rangers.
oh no, they got it right. Okay, so your fate lies in their hands, and we're gonna see what they are going to say. Cameras on, everybody. You're going to have 30 seconds on the clock to decide whether they are going to, or whether he's going to do 3 minutes of comedy or 3 minutes of something else. Randy, stop rocking in the chair. Yeah, every time you move, it
It's
gives off a crookedy sound. When I say stop, I'm not kidding.
Oh, I know. I'm not rocking.
Yeah, you are. I'm watching you do it. You're not doing it now, but you were. Every time I hear the noise, you're doing it.
I have to break out the WD-40.
Yes.
Yay.
All right. 30 seconds on the clock to decide whether he's going to do the 3 minutes of comedy or 3 minutes of something else. Let the conversations begin. And Randy, for the love of all that is holy, be still. Go for it.
Something else.
Something
Something else.
else.
something else, and it reminds me of my grandma when I'm at church.
Something else.
That's-
Something else. Lock it in.
Lock it in.
Lock it in. Yeah.
Oh my God. It may be your grandma at church, but decide if you're on somebody's set and you're doing that, they're not going to tell you more than one time before they kick you off.
Oh, I agree with you. It hurts. It hurts my ears.
Time is money, right? So every couple of seconds that I'm missing telling Randy to be still, that's money down the drain.
Oh, I understand.
I'm not asking for your understanding. I'm replying to what you said, which is I'm a grandma. I'm trying to keep y'all from getting kicked off of people's shows.
You are good and you are correct, and I definitely understand what you were saying. I was just trying to find the humor in it.
There is none, especially when you're wasting time like we're doing right now.
I'm sorry, hush.
Right. Nothing humorous in that. maybe the people in the audience laugh because of my voice, but I don't know. Anyway, you guys all decided something else. So Randy Holton, gingerly with your finger, turn your camera on and tell me what else you'd like to hear from Speed Bump.
Let's see. Let's see him dance in that wheelchair.
Now, you know you wrong for that, right? You understand in the wheelchair. All right. Funny Man Green, camera on. What other would you like to see?
Oh damn. Granny beat me to it. I was gonna say running in place, but let me see here. No, let's hear him freestyle.
Okay, he gets the freestyle while dancing in his chair. Bacon, camera on. What other would you like to see him do?
I want him to do it like as he's like reporting on the news.
What is it with you in the news? Have you been
I
watching
don't
it
know.
a lot lately or something?
It keeps popping up in my feed and it's killing me.
All right. Reporter on the news dancing in his chair while, what did you say, Funny Man Green?
Freestyling.
Freestyle.
Okay.
Yeah, with the rap.
All
Hey,
right.
Christy, that's called newsfeed.
Insane and Brooklyn, camera on. Hopefully you guys are both there. And what else would you like to see Speed Bump do?
I want him to do the alphabet backwards.
Oh my God, you picked the hardest thing in the world.
I can't do it.
You can do it?
No, my mother could. I can't.
Oh, okay, your mother can. All right. All right. So doing the alphabet backwards as best you can. Probably need to write that on a piece of paper. While freestyling. And
telling the news.
On the news. And what did you say, Randy?
Dancing in his wheelchair.
Dancing in the wheelchair. So we got one more. Malfunction Junction, camera on. What else would you like to see him do?
I want him to get act like he's trying to boycott the hokey pokey, to have it rewritten, to have like your left wheel or crutch or something, for amputees and other special people, or get it canceled.
In the freestyle?
In the freestyle.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have to rewrite the hokey pokey so that it applies to you, Speed Bump. And boy, that's going to be a lot. So, Speed Bump, your castmates have decided that you will rewrite the hokey pokey while freestyling and dancing in your chair and doing it in a newscaster format of some sort. So that's a lot. Did I miss anything?
Yeah,
I don't think so. You might have. I don't know. That's a lot of them.
Yes. Malfunction Junction. I think she missed yours. What was yours again?
Or he had the
hokey pokey.
Oh, the hokey pokey. Okay. Yeah, I think that might be everything.
I got it. Dave, Funny Man Green, I think, said freestyling. Randy said
dancing.
Bacon said news format. Insane in Brooklyn said
alphabet backwards.
Alphabet backwards. That's the one I forgot with the alphabet backwards. So now you got your marching orders. 3 minutes are on the clock. And it does not have to be jokes before the love of late night.
Please, let it be funny.
Or else.
All right, so we're gonna start off with dancing, since everybody thinks that I can't dance in the wheelchair. So, brought to you by Sauce in the City late night game show. I can dance, y'all. Yo. So we're gonna do the alphabet XYZ. I don't know. That's all I could do. But I'm a freestyle tonight. We're on Sauce in the City. My name is Speed Bump. I could do what I could do. I'm anything you could do. I could do better than you. Yeah, because I'm Speed Bump. Everybody thinks that I can't freestyle, but I can freestyle. Hippity hop. Yeah. Uh, so brought to you by Sauce in the City. Oh my God, there's people over there. A bunch of wheelchair people. They're farming transformers. They're building. They're on top of each other. They're holy crap. They're trying to take over the Mighty Morphin sword right now. They're fighting like transformers. A bunch of people in wheelchairs are fighting and like transformers. Oh my God. I don't know what's going on. Should I freestyle again? I think I'm gonna freestyle again. I think I'm gonna bust a move, start dancing again, maybe freestyle at the same time. Yeah, hippity hop. Yeah, that's me. Speed bump. I'm doing my thing. I'm making it to the top. I'm shining. I'm not gonna stop until my wheels fall off.
His whole charisma is great.
Hokey pokey.
Oh, hokey pokey. If you're happy and you know it, put your will, your left well in. Hokey pokey. If you're happy and you know it. Oh, that's the wrong song. Oh no, hokey pokey, hokey pokey. Put your right wheel in. Hokey pokey. Put your right foot in, and that's what it's all about. If put your right brake on, put your left brake on, and that's the handicap hokey pokey, and that's what it's all about, without a doubt. Oh, so that's where the Transformers and the Zords are. If you look to your right, oh my God, they just got the wheelchair people just got beat up by the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. How dare you, my superheroes? They are no longer my superheroes. They discriminated to the wheelchair people. How dare you, Power Rangers?
And the time is up. Oh man. Uh Funny stuff. I see you got confused there. They had you doing a lot of stuff, so I don't blame you for the confusion. But you did the best you could, and it's always entertaining because now we get to play, of course, test your funny. You did not get 5 points for your trivia question, but here's a chance for you to make some points now. I will give you 5 points if you stay in the AB range. I will give you 10 points if you hit the honor roll with having everybody give you an A that's in the studio. Deal?
Bill.
All right. People tuning in today, tomorrow, and beyond, and the folks that have bought the card deck and will buy the card deck in the future. This is a game where you can make up your own rules, and this is one of the funnier parts of the game. The other thing always is amazing. So who's gonna be your first grader?
I'm gonna have to go with Funny Man Green.
Okay. All right, Funny Man Green. A, B, C, D, or F fail bomb. That was terrible. What would you grade that performance?
Oh shoot, what a great performance. I mean, like you said, it was very difficult to, to do everything. But what stuck out was when he was talking. If I'm not, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought he was saying like Transformers transforming into like wheelchair people or something.
It went by
If not,
so quickly.
If not, I'm gonna add that to a joke. So,
So what would you grade his performance?
oh shoot, just that part right there, and the fact he probably gave me some more material. I'm gonna give it a B plus.
Ooh, a B plus knocked you right off the honor roll, but you are still definitely in striking distance of 5 points. Who's going to be your next grader?
Give me Brooklyn and Insane.
All right, Brooklyn and Insane, A, B, C, D, or F fell bomb. That was terrible. What would you grade that performance?
I'm giving him an A for the left wheel in alone. I love that. That is insane. Sign me up.
Definitely gets an A. I'd like to give him an award. It was a little bumpy there in the beginning, but I lost the body part and almost called 911 and was seriously in pain.
Yes.
Okay, for the left wheel alone, Brooklyn gives you an A. And Insane says it was bumpy, but he still arrived at an A. But because of David Green's B plus, no 10 points, but you're still in striking distance and in good shape for your 5 points. So who's going to be your next grader?
Let's go. That's a tough question. I'm gonna go with Bacon.
All right, Bacon, A, B, C, D, or F fell bomb. That was terrible. What would you grade that performance?
I give him a solid A. Like, because, well, he hit all the points except for I didn't know I was cheating because usually I'm backstage and I wasn't looking and I shouted out because I always talk back to the screen. So I cheated a little bit and you're welcome. But you did a great job and you had me giggling the entire time. So I give you an A, man.
She gives you an A man, even though she cheated a little. And I was gonna knock points off for that, but at least she fessed up to it. So we'll keep it on. So one or tic-tac-toe, 3 funny folks, are actually 4 funny folks in a row. Y'all give it up for Speed Bump for still being in the 5-point striking range. All right, Speed Bump, who's gonna be your next grader?
So I know this is a tough one, but I'm gonna go with Mr. Randy.
Oh boy. All right, Randy, A, B, C, D, or FL bomb. That was terrible. What would you grade that performance?
Well, you'll be happy to know that I switched chairs that doesn't rock. So
Yay.
this one is impossible to rock.
And it's so much quieter. Awesome.
But I'm going to give him an A. I don't remember hearing the alphabet backwards.
That's okay.
So that part, it was silent alphabet backwards.
I gave him an A.
But he did do a lot, and it was funny, and he was putting down some raps there. Yeah, I'll give him an A.
He was putting down the funky moves, y'all. So keep that in mind too. But with Funny Man Green's B plus, you still remain, or actually you're in the A minus category, just not on the honor roll. So who's going to be your next grader? Oh, you only have one left. So if Malfunction Junction doesn't tank your battleship and give you anything less than a B, you will retain your 5 points. So let's see what he has to say. A, B, C, D, or FL bomb. That was terrible. What would you grade that performance?
Well, I'm usually never too thrilled to be the one to flip the crippled kid out of the wheelchair, but seeing as how I would front kick my blind ass mama down a fucking case of stairs, it makes sense. I'm gonna have to give him a C on that, man. He did what he could with it, but with the alphabet, we didn't even try to do it backwards. We said X, Y, Z frontwards at the end of it. He did have some badass funky moves, but never one time did I see the stanky leg. You know what I mean? I didn't see that there.
Totally fair.
Speed Bump, you still get your 5 points and you average out at a B. You had 3 A's, 1 B plus, and a C. So you still get your 5 points. You just don't get the A to go with it. So y'all give it up for Speed Bump for recovering his 5 points. Now, this is a new game. This is something I was thinking about on the way home. And I think I've dubbed this new game, What Do You Know? And What Do You Know is a game where I'm going to test our comedic cast on their knowledge of each other. And the person who does the best will walk away with 10 points because it's a new game. So I don't know how this is going to go. But you guys are going to draw for spots, and you cannot describe or tell me what you know about somebody who's already been chosen. So you have your choice out of Funny Man Green, Malfunction Junction, Randy Holton, Bacon, Insane, and Brooklyn. We're gonna split those two up, and we're gonna put them. We're gonna give them each a mic, and then speed bump. Okay, so you have to describe the person, right, without saying their name. You have to describe who they are, and the person who tells me what they know the best will win by a cast vote. Everybody got me?
Kind of.
Kind of.
All right, well, let's go the first way. All right, Funny Man Green, you're going to be our first one up, and you have your choice between Malfunction Junction, Randy, Bacon, Brooklyn, Insane, and Speed Bump. So you got 60 seconds on the clock to start your description. What do you know?
Well, first of all, I have white hair, and I made Brenda look like that she had Tourette's or whatever with my chair. With that, Brenda, I apologize. What else? I live in Florida. It's almost hurricane season. I like getting blowed, but not that way. I like Play-Doh. Matter of fact, I'm probably playing with the Play-Doh now. I like crispy bacon and a boo.
Time's up. All right. So being that this is a new game, I guess I should have said no impressions. That's the other game. You just have to tell me what you know about the person.
You made it sound like we had to impersonate them.
No, I said give me a description. I didn't say anything about an impersonation. I said tell me what do you know about this person.
Well, everything that I said is what I know.
Well, you did an impersonation, and you did throw in some descriptive words there. So we'll see what the rest of the cast has to say. Malfunction Junction, on a scale of 1 to 5, what would you call Funny Man Green's description of obviously Randy Holton?
I'd give it a solid 3, but only because of his tan.
You are terrible. All right. And with his description of Randy, give it, if we were going to put that on a Yelp review, and you have to write out a description of Randy, what would you give that in stars from 0 to 5?
I mean, it wouldn't help me pick him out of a lineup if there were a bunch of similar looking ones, but I definitely like knowing Randy. that was spot on. I'm glad. I love you too, boo.
Wait, so 5 stars or 0 stars?
5.
5 stars. All right.
Yeah.
5 stars. All right, Insane. Let's start with you. We got to put this description on Yelp for Randy. What would you give it from 0 stars to 5?
I give it 4 stars because he could have started out with a better, it was good. We'll go with 4. I'm confused. I'm hitting bumps.
All right, 4 stars. Bacon gave you 5. Malfunction gave you 3. All right, Brooklyn, 0 to 5 stars. What would you rate that Yelp review?
I'm going with 4 for me. I loved it.
You loved it?
I did.
Okay. Definitely digging it. So we have a 4, a 4. No, wait, a 4, a 5, a 3. Okay. So that's all good. How about you, Speed Bump? What would you how many stars would you give that rating?
Um, I'm gonna give it a 5.
Okay. Very
I
nicely done. All
impersonation.
right, Funny Man Green. I believe with the 2 5s, the 4, and the 3, you would come out with a 3.5, right? And who's talking? Are you just mumbling to yourself?
I wasn't talking.
I know, Brooklyn. No, I know
My
exactly
bad.
who it was.
Um,
I
you know,
literally said 2 minutes ago, I envy everybody else because they can't hear you.
Well, yes, we can.
Brenda, you didn't ask Randy. You missed Randy.
Oh, I'm sorry, Randy. 0 to 5 stars. What would you give that description of you?
Oh wow! I mean, he hit a lot of topics. I guess we'll give him a 5. I mean, the smile. Yeah, I'll give him a 5.
Okay. Well, with that 5, you are now
Oh,
up to a 4-star rating for your description. So that is how the game will be played. And I like it because I like to hear what y'all got to say about each other. Malfunction Junction, you are up next. Give one of your castmates, other than Randy, a rating and go.
All right. So I got to rate the castmate.
Well, you have to give your description. Like act like you're on Yelp giving them a shout out
Okay. Okay.
and we'll guess.
All right. So very polite and with the hands. I mean, just loves throwing the love up all the time. Um, very, witty and likes to get really excited sometimes about things, and also likes stuff and stuff, and more with love. You know, living in the woods is fun, and yeah, I'd give her a 4.5.
Okay. Well, I like it, and you can go ahead and say their names because it's a new game, so we're making it up. And because that description was so spot on, I don't think anybody could think anybody different. So let's get your rating. So Funny Man Green, 0
Yeah.
stars to 5 stars. What would you give Malfunction Junction's description?
No, I'm not going to be a hole. Give him a 3. Uh, no, I'm better than that. I'll give him a 3.5.
I love you.
Okay.
Oh my god, I love you.
All right, Malfunction Junction. That's a 3.5. Randy, what would you give that description?
I'll give him a 4. I mean, it was tough because you can't say bacon because that's your name. So how else would you describe bacon? I guess. But 4 though, I mean, you knew who it was for sure.
She smelled
Okay.
pretty.
Bacon, what would you give that description on stars 0 to 5?
I didn't think he could talk about Nikki. She wasn't here. She had to leave. I'm not talking about. I mean,
You'll find out.
obviously, like I felt very called out, so I'm gonna have to give it 5 stars.
Okay. See?
I resemble those remarks. I mean, resent.
Brooklyn, you're up first. 0 stars to 5. What would you give that rating?
I'm only giving it a 4 because they never mentioned anything about her wonky Wi-Fi, and I'm personally insulted by her. So it's a 4. 5, you'd have mentioned it, over the top.
I'll
Over
accept that.
the top. Over the top. All right. Insane. 0 to 5 stars. What would you grade that rating?
I give it a 5. It was classy. I knew where it was headed without knowing too much.
I love it. Okay. Speed bump, how about you?
How about me? Rating? I'm gonna give it a 5. I liked it.
He liked it. He liked it a lot.
I liked it.
My
Okay.
Oh yeah, we
Well, I think I got everybody. And Malfunction Junction, you are in the lead because I believe that puts you up to 4.5 stars, even with Funny Man Green's 3.5 stars. So now let's go to our next person, Randy Holton. Give one of your castmates a description for Yelp.
Well, I know everything there is about Comic Con and anime. I mean, just ask me. I got this. Just you name it, I got it. I'm like an expert at Comic Con anime. So just put money on me. Put money on me. I got this. I got 1,000 questions and 1,000 answers. And he looks like Jerry Garcia. I look like Jerry Garcia.
After a long night of hoes.
All right. Time is up. I know from that description you're talking about our wonderful speed bump. So let's see what the cast has to say. Funny Man Green, on the star count 0 to 5, what would you give that description for our Yelp?
Ooh. Randy, you my boy and all, but you didn't mention the wheelchair.
I know. I should have.
I
Screwed that.
You had the easiest one.
I screwed it up. I screwed it.
You could do it again.
What?
I was trying to figure out how to get the wheelchair in there somewhere.
Oh my god! Yeah. Oh yeah. I got to give it a 2.5. Just because you didn't mention the wheelchair.
That is true. You got to mention the wheelchair in the description because it would let people know that they have to be wheelchair accessible. So these are Yelp reviews. So got to make sure you do that. All right, 2.5. That's kind of low, but all right. Malfunction Junction. How many stars would you give that? 0 to 5.
Well, I mean, I didn't need to hear about the wheelchair to know who he was talking about because I got all the other, comic book nerd stuff that was in playing. But besides him, I'm like the only one that knows that. But seeing as how I've got the one good leg to stand on, he did need the wheelchair to sell other people, So I'm gonna give him I'm gonna give him a 2 point, the littlest dot, almost closest to the 3 to make it a 3, but it's more like a 7/8. It's 2.78.
2.78. We'll put that as a 2.5, Randy. All right, making 0 stars to 5 stars. What would you grade that description?
I guess a 3 because I didn't even know who he was talking about to the very end because I thought a lot of us were comic book anime nerds, so I was confused at first. And then I'm drunk. I don't remember saucy. I don't remember what he said at the end, but that's what tied it together for me. So just a 3. You could have done better.
Pressure or vibrator.
All right, Insane. 0 to 5 stars. What would you give that description?
I give it a 3.5. It was more like an impersonation. I thought we're doing reviews, but I guess we'll get the game right eventually. It's new. I'm a little missed here.
Okay. Well, you didn't help the game out any by not giving a review, but that's okay. We're gonna get to you. All right, Brooklyn. Uh, 0 to 5 stars. What would you give that review?
A 5. I knew who it was right away.
It was
Captain
the comic
Obvious
book.
was
Yeah.
describing him.
It was the
Wow.
comic book. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was totally the comic book. All right, Speed Bump. A 0 to 5 stars. What would you give that review?
Well,
Are you in there?
since he did a pretty good an impression about me, and but I don't. I want to see. I'm going to Texas. I want to get into the bars, but we're gonna get past that. I'm gonna give it 2.5.
Oh, dang. All right, Randy. Well, that is not enough stars, so we cannot use your
Wow.
review on Yelp. They would have no idea who we're talking about. So, all right, Bacon, are you ready? No. All
Crash and
right.
burn.
We will go to Insane. All right, Insane. Your time on the clock. So go ahead and give your review of one of our comedic castmates.
All right. Just got to keep moving. I'm out here in the street doing this thing, making some money, dealing with some bullshit, and just people going their own direction. I just got to do what I got to do and, take care of me because that's the only one. Because, my other personality and the three of us here, it's just me, though. And sometimes you just got to do what all of you got to do and get your shit together because sometimes shit gets fucked up and it is. That wasn't a review, was it?
All I can do is laugh.
Yep.
Funny man green. 0 stars to 5 stars. What would you uh, give that description?
Look, oh, I'm being honest. I don't know who it is he's talking about. When he was talking about the streets and doing this, I thought he was talking about me for a minute. But then he was talking about the three. But what had me cracking up and everything, it's like somebody's, what I mean, saying, "Look at you all dumb. You done touched that stove and burnt yourself, and then you go around and touch the same stove. You jumped on everybody about doing impersonations, and then you turn around and did an impersonation." Oh my goodness! Oh shoot! I gotta give it a 2 because I still don't know who he's talking about. I'm sorry.
Okay. The malfunction junction, 0 to 5 stars. What would you give that description?
I'm gonna give him a solid 4.2.
Okay. I'm gonna guess that's around in the 4-ish division. Randy, what would you how many stars would you give that description?
Well, I'm going out on a limb here, way out. Had to be Malfunction Junction because he's the only homeless folks around here, right?
Nope.
Bacon, she's not homeless. She's in the woods. That's
That's called camping.
you got cover over with trees and everything. Tony, he ain't got nothing.
I'm in captivity.
There we go. He's in captivity. So definitely Tony, and we'll give him a 3 point. We'll give Insane a 3.75 and 3/4.
I can go.
So I'm gonna go with the 3. All right, Bacon. Or at least a 3.5. I'll go with a 3.5. All right, Bacon. How many stars would you give that description?
I don't know. Is he talking about me or fucking Tony? I still don't know. Like, I feel like yeah. I do have a roof. It's a shed. I paid for it. I own my land. I own 6 acres. How many acres do you own? Like, I'm doing the thing. I'm gonna give him 3 stars because I still have no idea what's going on. Or
All right, 3 stars. All right, Brooklyn, you were like right in the room for that. So how many stars would you give that description? 0 to 5.
I feel your prayers for me. Thank you. Jesus Christmas. I thought he was talking about himself half the time. A 3 at best? Ugh. My God. 2 for that hat. Take off a point for that hat.
All right, speed bump. Wait, yeah, 0 to 5 stars. What would you give that description?
I'm gonna give it a 2.0.
A 2.0?
Just a 2.
Oh boy, that's a hard. That's hard. Okay, so 2.0. But why? Why 2.0?
Because like everybody else, they couldn't figure out who it was. I mean,
Okay, definitely. All right, insane. We couldn't figure out who you were talking about, so I think your star count altogether was about 2.5.
Dust.
So not great, but who are you talking about?
Malfunction junction. 2 people guessed it.
Okay, two people get
You
it.
knew. I wasn't me.
2 whole people.
All
Wow.
right, Brooklyn, since you're sitting next to Insane, you get to go next.
Oh,
Um,
perfect. Let's
and
go.
it might help if you guys just say, what do you know about the person? So start the question out with, what do you know? I know this about this person, and then give the thing that you know. That might help. I don't know. But let the description begin.
I know this person is tired of Randy's creaky ass chair and seeing asses and cracks everywhere. She's tired of people getting up. She's pissed. She's not having the best day, but she's getting through this with all of us. And she's going to yell at us the rest of the night, and we're all going to take it. That's how this show works, okay? If you don't like it, maybe you don't have a door, but maybe
yes,
use
let's
one.
go.
Like, leave us alone. We're trying to run a show here. I'm trying to sell cards. Like, come on. Mama needs a new pair of stuff.
Uh,
Stop your shit. I'm tired of being the parent here. You're all adults.
Oh my God, you look like a big gay Damien there. Don't do that again.
yeah, okay. Uh, I'm scared to even ask. Funny Man Green. Uh, 0 to 5 stars. What would you give that description?
Oh my goodness. It was an A till he mentioned the cards. When he mentioned the cards, A plus plus plus. We've been hearing about them cards for 8 months.
Oh, oh my God. Malfunction junction. 0 to 5 points. I mean 5 stars. What would you give that description for Yelp?
Solid 5.
Five.
Oh man. All right, Randy, 0 to 5 stars. What would you give that description?
I'll give him a 5. And yes, my ass is sticking to this new chair.
put a blankie down.
Bacon, 0 to 5 points. What would you? I mean, 5 stars. What would you grade that Yelp? I'm laughing so hard. Brooklyn,
I'm gonna
I'ma
give him
kill
5 stars, but I swear I don't know who he's talking about.
Oh, geez. Oh, I love that cap though. That's really cool. Yes, I'm gonna kill you later, Brooklyn. All right, insane. 0 to 5 stars. What would you give that Yelp review?
I want to give it a 2.5, but he doesn't know the whole person. He only knows that half. but I'll give it a 5 because it deserves a 5 for the part that he sees at the moment.
Because Insane's the bottom half.
It's so funny. Okay. Speed bump, 0 to 5 stars.
Definitely a 5.
You guys,
Definitely.
you guys are terrible. My Yelp review is going down the tube. You see what happened?
You don't know what my type is.
That is too
Oh,
funny.
negative.
All right, speed bump. Well, actually, Brooklyn, before I go to speed bump, you are standing in line first for the win because I believe you got like all 5 stars. So speed bump, you got quite a hill to climb here to take away this 10 points, but I think you could do it. You have 60 seconds on the clock to give out your Yelp review of one of our comedic cast members, and there's only one of us that hasn't gone yet, so be very careful.
So when I'm right, I'm right. I know I'm right, Miss Brenda. I know I'm right. So every time I hear, water, I gotta go to the bathroom. Even whenever I hear the letter P, I have to go pee. I think I'm gonna watch some sports right now.
Old joke.
Oh, no.
That's spot on. That's basically it.
All right. Okay. Let me find my little time up thing. He didn't give me enough of a chance to find it. but
But I mean, he's nailing it.
sometimes reviews are good to be nice and short. So we'll see how this goes. All right, speed bump. Let's see what Funny Man Green has to say. 0 to 5 stars. What would you rate that description for your Yelp page? No, you.
He's a flip.
Bravo. I'm gonna give it 4.5 only because everybody who knows me, because we know that's who you was doing. You should have mentioned something about bad breath. Brenda, am I lying? Almost every set, something about bad breath.
I'm gonna remember that.
Oh, gosh. So what did you give him?
I'll give him a 4.5. Everything else was spot on. I gotta pee right now.
All right, malfunction junction 0 to 5 stars. What would you give that review?
Well, I mean, I'm not a big douchebag, but
A 4? Okay.
yeah.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
That's not douchey at all. Randy Holton, 0 to 5 stars. What would you grade? I mean, how many stars would you give that review? Lord.
Brenda, I think you got the rules all wrong in this game. You got the rules all wrong. I did this game before, and it was nothing like that. That's mine, David, right? Dave, right there. Play man green.
I can just see that this is. What did you give him? 0 to 5 stars.
4.5 because it came up a little short.
4.5. All right, Bacon. 0
I
to
am a
5
math person.
stars. What would you give that review?
I thought it was a 4.5 because, like, the whole time he was ranting about pee, like, I remembered because I have the same problem. Like, ever since I hit perimenopause, like, it's like a race. If I think the word, like, the letter P, like, comes out, like, it's a race between me and getting everything off in time to just run the Farrah faucet. Like,
Oh God, insane. 0 to 5 stars. What would you give that review?
4.5.
Okay, a very low 4.5. 4.5. Okay,
Yeah.
4.5. All right, Brooklyn. How about you?
4.5 as well. I was gonna give it a 3, and then he started squirming in his chair, which I loved. Um, so 4.5 for me. I loved it.
All right. Well, you guys give it up for
Yeah,
yourselves and the new
that's
game.
right.
Uh, so, just for all intents and purposes,
Hey,
next
Brenda.
time we play this, you guys will simply just need to give the things that you know about the castmate. Like I would say, what do I know about Bacon? I
Mhm.
know she lives in Alabama.
I
Uh,
love
or is it Arkansas? Am I wrong?
Arkansas.
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 So
It's one of
that's
those
the
don't
nature.
visit
No,
states.
that's the nature of the game. I'm gonna give you time to say everything that you think you know about a person, and the person who gets it the best, knows the most about their person will win. And that's the game of what do you know. But we're gonna do that with another time because you guys are just too funny for words. I tell you,
I like it that way.
it's too good. I think we have
I'm gonna
time for one
Damien.
more trivia question. And so this one is going to
Not
be
one.
done in the format of, or we're going to pick who's going to go in the format of tap in. And
Tap
this is
in.
a game that is in your card deck. And this is where everyone will turn their screens off. I will ask a very basic question. And you guys will, the first person who turns their screen on and yells tap in will be afforded the chance to answer the question and play the game, or ask their trivia question. All right, everybody understand?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Right, everybody except for Funny Man Green, it seems. All right, so everybody's screens are turned off. Very simple, basic question. People out there, this is how you figure out, who's going to go without fighting and bloodshed. So, when was the launch date of our card deck?
Tap in.
Tap
Tap
in.
Tap
in.
in.
Trapping.
All right, speed bump. He got y'all all on the handy capable. Go you. All right, answer the question.
The 24th.
Of what?
Whatever month we're in right now.
All right.
Tap
No,
in. Tap in.
no, all right, funny
Tap
man.
in.
It was you next. Answer the question.
The answer would be June the 24th, 2025.
Ding, 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 ding. That is correct. That is the official date of our game card deck release, which you guys can buy at any time that you
You
are
want
ready.
weak Wi-Fi?
All right, Funny Man Green, go ahead with your question.
Okay. The song Tell Me
Mm-mm.
was sung by what group? Was it A, Jodeci, B, Drew Hill, or C, the Manhattans?
Can you sing some? Just like a little bit.
Tell me,
Tell me,
tell me
tell
the
me,
answer.
tell me something about you. I'm
It's
asking.
before my time, you old
All
people.
right, go ahead and repeat the question and the answers.
Okay, the song Tell Me was sung by what group? Was it A, Jodeci? Was it B, Drew Hill? Or was it C, Manhattans?
All right, you guys heard the question twice, heard the answers twice, and even got a little serenade. I'll give you 60 seconds on the clock to decide the answer. When you're all finished, everybody turns their screen off, you're locked in, and that way I know you guys have come to an agreement. If you fail to do so, he'll win 5 points and his fate will lie in his own hands. So, 60 seconds on the clock. Let the conversations begin.
The
I know this.
Manhattans.
Manhattans? Yeah, I think it's
Dang it.
C, because I have no idea what A was.
That's
C
an
is
old song from way back when.
tell me, tell
Dang
me.
it.
Yes.
So
It's slow and pretty. Look it
I
up. Look it
think
up after the show. Come on, come on.
I think that's
Lock it in.
Motown, Manhattans.
Yep, I think so too. Because the Jodeci song, I was like, "Don't you wanna be?" And I was like, "Don't they have a Tell Me song?" But it's like, no, that's just the lyrics.
Lock it in already.
Lock it in.
Tell me why we're still on the camera.
I tried to lock it in. I hit the wrong button. Don't judge me. I feel judged.
Never.
Okay, let's see. We got Insane in Brooklyn. Cameras on. What did the team decide the answer was, and do you guys think we got it right?
C.
Manhattans.
I'm going with everybody else. I just thought it was a Cisco song originally. More of a Cisco guy myself.
Okay. I remember like the only song that comes to mind is tell me you really love me. Action speaks louder than word. That's the only thing that I can think of, and I don't know who sung that. So we shall see if y'all got it right.
And
Uh,
it's show me, it's not
man,
tell me.
see,
Oh.
that's what the lyrics are for. See, me and Brooklyn are we gonna have words after the show. All right. Show me it is. All right, Funny Man Green, show me the answer and give us some background.
I'm definitely going to show you the answer, and I can't believe you don't know what it is because I mean the junks on TikTok and everything. All you know, what I mean, when the kids are doing bad, they got to do the tell me what you want.
Oh,
Drew Hill. Drew Hill.
that is okay.
Drew
I
Hill.
remember that song. Yes, I remember it now. Now that you
So
sung
what's
it.
that Cisco intro?
All right. So the cast got it incorrect because they picked C, which I'm not even sure what C was, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't the right answer. So your fate, you win 5 points. So that's the first thing. And the second thing is you get to decide whether you're going to do 3 minutes of comedy or 3 minutes of something else. But beware, if you choose the something else, it is always chosen by the cast. What will it be?
Shoot. Let's do a comedy.
Oh.
He's gonna stay in the safe lane. All right, he's doing comedy, y'all. So what we're going to do is play our mini game of my turn for comedy. So what I want everybody to do right now is to turn your streams off. And if he starts to make you laugh and you start to enjoy what he is doing, you will turn your cameras on to show your appreciation within the 3 minutes that he is performing. All cameras after the 3 minutes is called do not count. Okay, so Insane in Brooklyn, cameras off, just in case you don't, okay, right? And 3 minutes are on the clock. And I'll repeat the rules one more time for the people in the back. If you like what he's doing, turn on your camera to show your appreciation. If you don't, leave it off. We'll talk about it later. Within the 3 minutes, because all cameras after 3 minutes do not count. Funny Man Green, I'll give you 1 point for every screen that you can get to turn on. And I will give you 5 additional bonus points if you get a full stream turn. Got me?
I got you.
3 minutes on the clock. It does not have to be jokes, but for the love of me sitting over here falling asleep.
Better be funny.
It better be funny.
Or else.
All right. Starting now?
Yes.
Okay. Well, to wake you up, Brenda. Hey, Randy, squeak in that chair again.
Already.
It sound, I'm telling you, it sounded like Brenda had with Tourette's when she was like, okay, and so for the game for the love of God, I was like, oh my goodness. She had me. I'm in the couch. I'm in the couch and I was checking to see if my couch was squeaking. I said, is it me? What the hell was going on here? Okay. Now it's time to get a little serious, Reverend. From Mondays to Fridays, I'm on a podcast. It's called the Morning Mac Show. Um, different days, different topics. Now, you know what I mean? Like Madness Monday, Turn Up Tuesday. Well, on Fridays, there's something called Freaky Friday, right? You know what I mean? Talk about, different, sescapades, whatever. The thing is, the host is not having sex. You know what I mean? So to me, that's like some anorexic teaching a cooking class. You know what I mean? You know, she's not. You know what I mean? She's giving advice about how to get it on and stuff. When she's not even getting on. I don't know. That's kind of that's kind of weird to me or whatever. Um, when people talk about like ghosts and stuff and all, you know what I mean? They tend to talk about like monsters like boo boo boo, get out the house, boo. But you got to understand, you know what I mean, there are some gay people that die and they become ghosts or whatever and all. So you know what I mean, I think there's going to be something like boo boo bada booed up. You know what I mean? Also, I think there's going to be some crackhead ghosts or whatever. But you don't got to worry about them doing anything. They're too busy looking at the blinds, all paranoid and stuff. But also about crackheads or whatever. I could picture a crackhead. I could picture a crackhead in at the pearly gates talking to like an angel or whatever. No, and he's all like, "Hey man, is Roscoe there?" It's like, what? Is Roscoe there? Roscoe Johnson. He just got killed a week ago. You know what I mean? Man, he got that good stuff. Angel's like, no, I'm sorry to tell you, Roscoe's not in here. Oh, he's in hell. I'll be right back. Um, and who was it in the impersonation of me or whatever? I can't remember who it was. But if you're going to impersonate me, you have to mention, because I tell it all the time, I do not like people with bad breath. Anybody with bad breath, I feel, should be charged. You know what I mean? Depending how I feel, anybody with bad breath should be charged with assault. Depending how bad the breath is, assault with a deadly weapon. You know what I mean? Because people with bad breath, they you try to be nice and calm. You know what I mean? You back away, they come right back at you. You know what I mean? Like they don't realize that. You know what I mean? It's them that you're running away from. You know what I mean? I don't know, but
So, all right, funny man.
I think you.
Very funny stuff. I don't know why y'all think my personality is that way. I swear to God, it
Then
is
I'm gonna
like
feed myself.
I do not understand how nobody else can hear the rocking of that chair and not flip out. Like I don't understand. Anyway, I promised you 1 point for every screen you got to turn on, and 5 points if you got them all to turn on. Okay, so how do you think you did? You have 5 castmates. How do you think you did?
Out of 5, I think probably 3.
You think 3? What
Yeah.
now? That doesn't sound very positive on your performance. What happened?
Because it. I'm thinking. I don't know for sure about Brooklyn. I didn't tell I didn't think a offensive gay joke, but you know what I mean, you don't know how somebody would feel or something.
So those afterthoughts. So
Right.
I like it. You put the comedy out there, and now you got an afterthought. So let's
Yeah.
see if you are correct.
Hmm.
You got 4, so that was one more than you thought, but you were right on the money with Brooklyn and Insane. So let's start
Yep.
with this. Cameras on. What prevented your finger from pushing that button?
This fool bumping his gums next to me. He would shut up for 10 seconds, and I'm new here and I didn't know what I was doing. Still don't know what I deal with. He's crazy.
I love it.
And a gay joke? Give them all to me, please.
I love it. Malfunction junction. What got you to turn your camera on for Funny Man Green?
Well, I mean, it just he had me cracking up the whole damn time. I didn't mean to drop. See what I'm talking about? I'm dropping shit over here.
Randy Holton. What got you to turn your stream on for Funny Man Green?
Well, the angry Brenda rant, that was, and the bad breath and the ghost gaze. But, the bad breath thing, I worked with some girl. Her breath was so bad, and we all talked on the phone. So if you got her station, this stuff would make your hair stand up.
Bacon. What got you to turn your stream on for Funny Man Green?
We was talking about Randy's chair. Oh my god, that was like nails on a chalkboard. I couldn't. Randy, I love you and I appreciate everything you've done for all of us, but no, don't ever bring that chair back again.
I'm gonna put him and that chair off the show. All right, stream up. What got you to turn your stream on for Funny Man Green?
Well, as usual, he had me rolling, no pun intended, or maybe it is. And I like the impersonation, and I liked it because he reminded me of, I can't think of his name, but it's definitely Dave Chappelle, but one of his characters, the crackhead. I liked that. I like me some Dave Chappelle.
I love it. Well, y'all clap it up for Funny Man Green. He got his now see, that's the noise I like to hear. Those claps and the laughter, I am here for it. So very good, Funny Man Green. You got 4 points on the board. And we unfortunately have come to the end of our 2 hours. So we now get to do our shout outs and go home because I am starving. But in order to keep the funny going, just because I thought it was so funny when y'all did it earlier, we are going to do scrambled shout outs. And scrambled shout outs is another new game that we are going to play where you are going to do the shout outs of another person. Now, this is where your impersonations will come in handy. So you get to pick one of the people on the stream and you get to impersonate them and do their shout out as best you can recollect. Everybody got me? Tony,
Yeah.
try to keep the camera straight. Try to hold it straight. You are giving me vertigo. All right. So we're going to start with Brooklyn just because she got some funny shit. And I want to hear what he has planned. Now, Brooklyn, just so that you understand the rules and there's nobody next to you. So you're going to give this shout out. You are going to point score. You are going to shout out, point score, and then you're going to crown the game master, which is the person that made the game for you. Okay. But in somebody else's voice or impersonation. Got it?
Well, I mean, I need like a minute because my Wi-Fi is a little janky.
Oh,
It's like fun, but it's really not funny all at the same time. And it keeps going in and out. And it's like, hold on a second. Hold on. I need a break.
oh.
I'm back. Um,
I'm gonna go cry.
I have 6 acres. I mean, if you want to measure plots of land, we can do that. Um, I don't have a lot more because I don't know that well, but I love her name, so it makes me cackle laugh every time I see her. We had a similar Christie situation in high school, and she was Rice Christie, so like it was. She makes me cackle. I'm a huge fan. It's me. I'm your fan. Me here. And she said it was eye candy, so she's my favorite. And I
Right.
don't know how many points I have because I don't pay attention to things. I'm just cute.
Yeah. And neither you are very cute, and neither do the rest of us. But shout out to you, Brooklyn, and thank you for joining us on this show again.
Yeah.
Bacon, 30 seconds on the clock. Do your best and worst at this silly shout out.
I'd like to shout out Dry Eyes because that's who I look and sound like. And I'd like to shout out Brenda. Like, it's Brenda. And she brought us here. And I keep talking about my wife, but no one really knows if I'm talking about somebody else or Brooklyn. But yeah, those are my shout outs, like that and this, and I have to be ambiguous. I can't offend anybody. Yeah, y'all have a good night. Golden shout out goes to Bacon.
I love it. Randy Holt, a scramble shout out.
I'm in West Virginia, and I dodging coat hangers and dodging Damien. What crazy fuck that is. I sold a lot of meat, though. I did sell a lot of meat. So shout out to Damien for tossing that meat around. I even sold my own meat. I threw my mom down the stairs, but she's okay, though.
Darn.
She falls easy.
That was really good. So okay. Anyway, look, listen. On a serious note, I'll and well, Brittany, I want to shout out you, and obviously, the one at the barbershop, Mac, two Macs. You know what I mean, man. I don't my parlay. You let me. Hold on, no. Let me get my points and stuff. I don't believe I had any points. I think they got took from me and all, but I think so shout out to you, Brenda, and Mount Fox's Junction. He really good. Not know, I'm always a fan, so I want to shout out to him too. He did real good. He did real good.
All right, Funny Man Green, scramble shout out.
There's only one left. First of all, I'd like to give a shout out to this peroxide. Without it, my breath wouldn't be good because I don't use toothpaste or anything like that. It's poison. It's poison. Use peroxide and baking soda. That's it. Peroxide, baking soda. Sometimes a toothbrush. I use toothbrush. Oh, you can use your finger like this. You can use your finger like this. You're good. But anyway, shout out to you, Brenda. Shout out to me for sponsoring the show. Without my money, there wouldn't be no show. Shout out to Chrissy, and her 6 acres and a mule. Speed bump. Shout out to him. And his wheelchair and his wife and everybody like that. A shout out to everybody. I had fun, and I'll sponsor next show.
Speed bump. Scramble shout out.
So first of all, I like to shout out Colgate mouthwash because I don't like bad breath, Miss Brenda. I like to call out this Colgate bad breath. I like that, you know. But my shout out will go to my boy Speed Bump. My boy Speed Bump, I think he did very good tonight. I think, and I like to thank everybody for the inviting me back over here. And I like to thank everybody, especially Colgate, for this bad breath.
Oh my God. Okay, so that was scrambled shout outs, and I think there was one missing, and I'll take an attempt at it. Oh my God. So girls first. You are so awesome, Brenda. Thank you very much. You are the best. Yes, this Mashugana was over here just talking, and I couldn't hear anything because I'm new, so I didn't hear anything. So, how come? I don't know what's going on, but shout out to the show and my insane co-host, and looking forward to doing it again. Not really, but we love you. Okay. Stay tuned to the green room, y'all. This has been another episode of Sauce in the City Late Night Comedy Show, and you guys have been amazing. Shout out to the people in the audience. Matt Timney, this guy says, one more time, take out the restraining order. Shout out to Matt Timney. He is always there keeping our timeline in plenty of comments. And I think I've seen somebody else, Christine McComb. I think I seen her earlier.
Yeah. I love you, Christine.
Yes, she's been out there in the comment section. So thank you for that. And again, Matt Timney is just Brett Pfeiffer or Pfiffner. Peltier. Brett Peltier. So
that's great. Yeah.
Okay, so shout out to him. Yep. And Christine McCombs. Okay, I knew they were in there somewhere. Let's see if there's anybody else at the very, very top, because I got to be paying attention. Matt, it be on it.
No, Greg, love you.
All right, well, my finger is tired, but shout out to the entire cast. You guys were freaking hilarious. Stay tuned to the green room. Got a few questions to ask. But other than that, my name is Brenda Brown, aka the Chocolate Child. Please go out and purchase the game decks. These people provide hilarity to you guys 3 times a week. And I mean, really, who else is going to do that? There's nobody. So purchase the deck, support the cast. It's all in fun and games. Take the deck home and play it your own way with your own cast of family and friends and fans, because I know I love playing it. So we are out of here. Stay tuned to the green room.
Here we go.
Sweet dreams. Good night.
You know what? I know. Sauce in the City is my favorite show. I know, yes. Brenda is my girl, don't you?